Here we go.
Okay. So to start tonight's practice, I would like you to come into a seated position and come with the feet lying in front of each other, not cross-legged yet. So that way your entire torso is connected with the earth. If there's an ankle crossed on top of each other, that tends to raise a hip. So this way your legs and your sit bones have this complete connection with the earth. And choose to place your hands maybe on the knees, the shins, or the thighs, whatever works for you. And find your way to push yourself back so you have this nice straight spine. Maybe lift or elevate the scapulas up towards the ears and then allow them to depress or fall down. And you can do that a couple of times, keeping your hands on your legs. Lift the scapulas up and then depress them down, lower them down. And maybe just do this a few times. When we feel stressed, it's not uncommon to lift the scapulas and protect the carotid and jugular vein. So just doing this a couple of times is this gentle reminder that, hey, I'm safe right now. The scapulas can stay down. Okay, and then find yourself in stillness. Bring the ears in line with the shoulders. And then the crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. And then let's come into our practice together, taking 3 deep cycles of breath. So take a nice full inhale in through the nose. HA, sigh it out. Full inhale. HA, sigh it out. One more deep full inhale in through the nose. And this time as you sigh it out, really notice the scapulas drop down and away from the ears. Beautiful. Keeping the hands engaged onto your legs. Just close your eyes or find a soft gaze and drop into your breath. Get comfortable and get to know your breath right here and right now. So, notice the natural rhythm of it first. Notice how you take your inhale in and your exhale. Actually, it's kind of hard to notice a natural breath, but stay with it just a little bit. And then if you can, on your next inhale, see if you can lengthen your inhale a little bit longer. And then pause at the top just to recognize the inhale. And then slowly exhale. Pause at the bottom just to acknowledge the complete cycle of breath you just did. And then take your full inhale in, pausing at the top. Exhale, pause at the bottom. And your rate is going to be different than mine. So I'll give you a few moments to just drop in and set that. And then take your last cycle of breath here. With your inhale, with your nose look up. And then as you exhale, look down, chin to chest, and try to keep your scapulas dropping down and away from the ears. So you should feel like you're having some beautiful length in the back of the neck. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Look up as you inhale. Look down as you exhale. And then come back to neutral. Take a cycle of breath, maybe readjust, because we're human. Sometimes our posture changes. All right, as you take your full inhale. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, draw yourself back to center. And then look over your left shoulder as you exhale. Come back into center as you inhale. Look over the right shoulder as you exhale. Into center on the inhale. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Beautiful. Look back into center on your inhale. Look over your right shoulder as you exhale. Stay here. Stay with your deep cycle of breath. And then set your left hand down to the outside of your left hip, keeping your gaze looking out over your right shoulder. Press the fingertips into the earth so you can feel the arm activate gently. One more full breath here. And then use your inhale to draw yourself back to center. Set your left hand back onto your left thigh. And then look out over the right shoulder. Nope, the left shoulder. And place your right palm down. Staying here for some deep cycles of breath. Placing the finger pads into the earth and pressing the finger pads and maybe even the palm, if you're there, into the earth. But you're just kind of noticing what's activating in your right arm. Keep the shoulder sliding down and away from the ears. Beautiful. Okay, come back into center. Place the right palm onto the mat. Great. Okay, take your fingertips. Place them on your shoulders. Your elbows are forward. Okay. Bring your elbows back, up, and around. But when you bring them around, see if they can touch. And then make some circular motions this way. And while you're doing this, if you have tight scapulas or if you feel tight kind of in the back body, you might start noticing yourself hunching forward. Oh, you might feel that too in the pecs too. I forgot that. So see if you can keep your tall spine. So you're really just moving the arm, the scapula. And then the next time the elbows meet in the front, I want you to reverse direction. Once again, noticing if you start flexing forward or out of alignment. And then the next time they meet in the center, bring your arms out to a T. Reach the fingertips away from each other. So this time you're really feeling the line of the arms activate. And then bring your arms forward at about shoulder height. Try to keep the scapula moving down and away from the ears. Press your palms forward. Okay. Take a nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, make a fist. Exhale, open the fist. Inhale, make a fist. Exhale, open. As you inhale, make your fist squeeze. And then as you exhale, open and spread the fingers nice and wide. Cool. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tight fist. Exhale, spread your fingers. One more time. You can add sound effects because apparently I am. And exhale. Great. Keep this finger spread nice and wide. This time, bring the arms back out to a T, best as can be. All right. So you're pressing the palms out. See if you can bring the fingertips, like bend. You're not really bending the fingertips back, but it's like you're reaching the fingertips towards your shoulder. One more breath. And then as you exhale, flip the palms down. So now the back of the hand is pushing out, spreading the fingers. One more breath. And then inhale, bring the hands back to neutral. Arms are still out to a T. Exhale, lower the arms down. If you want, you can shrug your shoulders around a little bit, take advantage of the strength you just did. Great. Okay, now I want you to extend your legs long in front of you, and you can adjust any love that you need behind you so your sit bones are rooted and grounded. And for this, have your palms next to your hips, and try to keep your nice straight spine. Push out through the heels. And then this is going to vary from person to person, so be gentle on yourself, but also take note. You want to try to keep the second toe in line with your knee. But life doesn't always allow that because we have chronic holding patterns. But I want you to at least try. So line the second toe up with your knee and then push out through the heel. Use your hands to brace yourself so you can sit up nice and tall. And then as you inhale, I want you to slowly start reaching the toes back. It's a subtle movement. It's not going to show up on camera with me. But just imagine that you're reaching your toes back. You should start feeling your legs fire. One more breath. Great. And then slowly start flexing the feet. Try to keep so your ankles don't roll in or out, and point the toes forward. And you should feel like the front of the legs activate here. So press the toes forward. One more breath. Cool. All right, so as you inhale, flex the toes towards the face. Really push out through the heels. See if you can flex all the way as you inhale. And then as you exhale, point your toes away. And keep pointing until the end of the exhale, or keep exhaling until the end of the point, whichever one happens last, I guess. And then flex the toes towards the face. And away. And towards the face. And away. And I want you to do this one more time to see if that alignment changed. To see if the second toe is no longer in line with the knee, and just make subtle adjustments. Great. And then slowly meet with the toes pointing up towards the sky. Adjust your sit bones. Reach the arms up high. Reach the fingertips up. Really make sure you're keeping the scapula sliding down and away from the ears. And then fold forward at the waist. And then allow the hands to rest somewhere on the legs. So some of us are going to touch the bottoms of our feet, toes, shin, or thigh, but we're going to have contact with our bodies. And then really push out through the heels to keep the legs engaged. Soften the neck so the crown of the head reaches forward. Sit bones are rooted down to the earth. And return back to the deep cycle of breath you set earlier. One more breath. After the end of the exhale, slowly walk yourself up as you inhale. Sit up nice and tall. Great. Okay, come on to hands and knees in your tabletop pose. So spreading the hands nice and wide. Knees are underneath the hips. And I really want you to maybe just rock back on the heels of the hands, lift and spread the fingers, and then set the hands down. And then feel the tops of the feet touch the mat. Draw a line with your nose, look up towards the ceiling, and then slowly start dropping the belly, sending the tailbone up into your cow pose. And then look down to the ground, tuck the tailbone under into your cat. Find your cow as you inhale. Cat as you exhale. And flow back and forth. Cow on the inhale. Cat on the exhale. And take one more cycle of breath here. Bring the big toes together, knees come wide, and then settle into your child's pose. So walk the palms forward. Thumb touches the heel, forehead is onto the mat, and really feel your arms engaged. Rock your head from side to side. Take a nice full inhale in. And slow exhale. And I want you to know, if I don't cue this pose, you can always drop into it, okay? I just want you to know child's pose is always available. Great. With your next inhale, slowly start coming forward back into your tabletop pose. And then I want you to slowly find your weight onto your left knee and right palm. Lift the right leg behind you and push out through the right heel. Point the right toes down. And then bring the left arm parallel to the left ear. You'll be here for a few cycles of breath, but as you do, really push the mat away from you. So it's like you're giving yourself some more inches, pushing yourself up. Belly button comes into the spine. Drop back into your deep, soft breath. Lift a little higher. And then as you exhale, set only your left hand down. Keep the right leg pointing out. And then this time, as you exhale, right knee to nose, round the back. Inhale, right leg comes long. Exhale, right knee comes to nose. Inhale, right leg comes long. Exhale, right knee comes to nose and hold. And then exhale, right leg comes long. Push out through the right foot. And then set the left or right knee down. And then carefully start putting your weight into your right knee and left hand. Reach the left leg behind you as you reach the right arm forward. Stay here for a few cycles of breath, really focusing on pushing with your left hand the mat away from you. Right arm reaches forward, left heel pushes out. One more breath, lift a little higher. And then as you exhale, knee and elbow come together, round the back. Inhale, leg and arm come long. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, arm and leg come long. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Stay here, rounding the back. And then carefully extend the arm and the leg long. Set the right hand down. And then set your left knee down. Great. All right. Slowly make your way into your downward dog. So the palms are planted. If you need to rock back on the heels, you can. Tuck under your toes. Send the hips up high to the sky. Now notice where your feet land. Did your feet land together or wide or hips distance apart? And, just note, is that the distance that works for you? And make any adjustments. Really push the hands into the earth so the tailbone scoops up towards the sky. And we're here for 3 more deep breaths. Full inhale in. Slow exhale. Full inhale, press the mat away. As you exhale, send the hips up a little higher. One more full breath. And then sigh out the exhale. Find plank pose, inhale. And let's stay here for a cycle of breath because that's just nice to set up a foundation. Push out through the heels, crown of the head reaches forward. Take a nice full inhale, pressing the mat away from you. Exhale. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees, the chin, the chest, and then lower down slowly. Keep the palms planted, lift the chin, lift the chest for a baby Cobra pose. Keep the elbows in close. And we'll stay here for 3 cycles of breath, dropping the shoulders down and away from the ears. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And then as you exhale, lower down slowly. Push back into downward dog. Two more big breaths here. And then slowly walk your feet to the back of your hands for your first forward fold. Now, in this first forward fold, I want you to bend your knees deeply so the torso is touching the thighs. And I want you to push your feet totally into the mat. So feel the big toe push in, you know, all the way out to the pinky toe. And then I want you to keep pushing as you push down onto the heels. It's activating the entire leg here. And then keep that same push into the earth as you come up halfway. And then fold forward. And then use your feet pushing into the earth as a guide as you bring yourself up, reaching the arms up high to the sky. Go gentle. Arms come up high, give yourself a gentle back bend, and then down to the side. Fabulous. Okay, reach the arms up high. Fold forward. Halfway lift. And then plant your hands. This time step your right foot back for your first high runner's lunge. Slide the scapulas down and away from the ears. Press through the right heel. And then gently and carefully drop the right knee down. You can tuck or, keep the toes tucked or untucked on the right side. And then as you inhale, bring the hands to the hips. Come up nice and tall. Stay here. If you're already noticing that your psoas or that your quads are a little tight, you may want to stay here. Just because, eventually we'll be deepening a little more, but press the left foot into the hands and then reach the arms up high. If you're kind of on the edge, you can reach the arms up high and just play around. And then as you exhale, slowly lean back gently. If you have a tight quad or psoas, this will be gentle, 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 please. All right, pressing the feet into the earth. One more big breath. And then as you exhale, bring your torso back upright. If you gave yourself that slight back bend, bring the palms together in prayer. And prayer comes down through heart center, framing the left foot. Have your right foot meet your left foot in your plank pose. And then gently and carefully take it through a flow or meet in downward dog. Or you can also take a child's pose, knowing that I will give you a 2-breath cue so you can meet back in downward dog. All right, 2 more breaths. Last breath. And then reach your right leg high to the sky. Bring your right foot through to your hands. Maybe you do a little right knee to nose. Come back into your high runner's lunge. But this time, keep your left knee lifted as you set the left heel down. And then slowly rise up. Place your hands onto your hips first. And then reach the arms up high to the sky. Keep the right knee planted. Stay here for 3 breaths. If you want, you can always give yourself the back bend. Press your feet into the earth. And then place your hands back onto your hips this time. Come upright. Spin your left heel up. And then slowly and carefully, and you can walk the left foot forward, you will place the weight onto your right foot as you lift the left leg behind you. So the left toes can touch or not. But the left leg is lifted. Press totally into your right foot. And then I want you to just pulse the left leg. Lifting and dropping, up and down, up and down. Keep breathing. Maybe you inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, Exhale down. One more time. And this time as you exhale, step the left foot to meet the right, arms come down to the side in your mountain pose. Great. Reach your arms up high. Give yourself a gentle back bend as you fold forward. Halfway lift. This time, step your left foot back into your high runner's lunge, bend into your right knee. And then drop the left knee down to the ground. And it's Yogi's choice to tuck or untuck the foot. All right. Choose to stay here or slowly place the hands onto the thigh or the hip. But press your right foot into the mat and even press into the left knee so you can come upright. And then reach the arms up high, spread the fingers. And then it's your choice whether or not you want to lean back. Keep pressing your legs, your feet into the earth. One more breath. And then bring yourself upright. Hands come into prayer. And the prayer comes through to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet left in your plank pose. And then gently and carefully take it through your flow, knowing that we will meet in downward dog. And knowing that I'm giving you a 2-breath heads up. Two more breaths. Last breath. And then reach your left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot through to your hands. And then set your right heel down as you bring yourself up into your warrior one. Find the foundation, once again, pressing into both sets of the feet. So you'll be pressing into your left foot, pressing through the outside of the right leg. Feel this fun activation. One more big breath. And then as you exhale, place your hands onto your hips. And you'll slowly start lifting the right heel. And then stepping the right foot or the right leg, or lifting the right leg as you straighten the left leg, standing tall. And you can always place the right toes onto the mat. All right, so as you inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, let it drop. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Lift on the inhale. Lower on the exhale. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. And this time as you lower, bring the right foot to meet the left. Place the arms down to the side in your mountain pose. Take a nice full cycle of breath. Great. Reach your arms high to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your feet. This time, step your right foot back, high runner's lunge. And then spin your right heel down. Reach your arms up high to the sky for a warrior one. Okay. So look up at your left hand, drop the right hand down to the back of the thigh. So it's a little bit of a reverse warrior. It's not like a peaceful warrior. Yeah. All right, if you want, you can give yourself the gentle back bend, but as you're doing this, make sure that you're not dumping into the low back. So if you need to bring yourself up, you can. Press into the back of the right foot, press deeply into your left knee, and then reach both arms back up high. And this time as you exhale, send your right arm forward, left arm back for this little mini twist. So you can keep looking out over the right hand, or you can take your gaze to the side, or you can look at the left hand if you want to play around with that. One more breath. And then keeping the foundation in the feet, set your right hand to the inside of the left foot so the left hand goes high to the sky, and you can look out over or look up towards the left hand if you would like, or you can keep your gaze soft looking down at the left big toe. Beautiful. Root down through your feet. Use your inhale to draw yourself back up into your dragonfly. Bring both arms up overhead, warrior one. And then as you exhale, frame your left foot. Step your left foot to meet your right foot in your plank pose. And then if you want, you can take it through a flow or skip it and come into a downward dog. Knowing that I will give you a 2-breath warning. Okay, 2 more breaths. Last breath. All right, this time reach your right leg high to the sky, 3-legged downward dog. Step your right foot through to your hands, spin your left foot down, and then bring your arms up so you're in your warrior two. Like some of us will be able to cartwheel our arms up. Some of us like to bring our torso up. So just come up into your warrior two. I didn't give you a graceful transition for that. Okay. So pressing into the right foot, take a full inhale. As you exhale, drop the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Left hand comes high to the sky. So you did this as a twist, but this time you're kind of doing this variation of extended side angle without placing the right hand up, right elbow on the right knee. All right, really focus on creating your foundation with your feet and with your legs. One more breath. And then as you inhale, draw yourself back up, coming back into your warrior two. Hands come onto your hips. And from here, you'll put your weight into your right leg as you slowly start lifting the left leg behind you. And then push out through the left heel and really focus on the lift in the left heel. And then reach your right arm forward. And then maybe down and the arms up. So if you notice, this is kind of the start of a half moon pose, but it's not half moon. I really want you to focus on the low back portion of this by lifting the hips. I'm falling out. And then gently set the left leg down, coming back into your warrior two. And then find your warrior one. Frame your right foot, step your left foot to meet right, forward fold. Find your halfway lift. Fold forward. And then reach your arms up high to the sky as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Halfway lift. This time set your left foot back, high runner's lunge. And then set your left heel down, reach up, warrior one. Okay, feel the feet connect. Really activate the feet so you can push down in the legs and activate the legs. And then drop your left hand to the back of the left thigh. Right hand comes high to the sky. One more big breath. And then reach both hands high. And then send the left arm up, right arm back, left arm forward. So now you're in this dragonfly pose. And if you want, you can watch the right hand come behind you, or you can keep the gaze looking out over the left fingertips. Your choice. Bend is strong in the right knee. One more big breath. And then as you exhale, set the left hand to the inside of the right leg. Right arm comes high to the sky for your twist. And you can look up at the right fingers, or you can look down at your right big toe. One more breath. And then use your inhale to push your feet into the earth so you can rise back up into your dragonfly, your warrior one. And then frame your right foot, have your right foot meet the left foot in a plank pose. And then slowly and carefully take it through a flow or meet in your downward dog. Or find any other movements, knowing I give you a 2-breath heads up. Two more breaths. Last breath. All right, from here, reach the left leg high to the sky. Step the left foot through to the hands, spin the right heel down, and then make your way up into your warrior two. So create your strong foundation here. Reach the fingertips away from each other. And then drop the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right hand comes high to the sky. And you can keep your gaze soft or look up towards your right fingertips. But try not to dump the weight into your left hand. One more big breath. And then let your inhale bring you back up into your warrior two, and let your exhale kind of settle the foundation. Great. Place the hands onto the hips and slowly start lifting the right leg by shifting the weight into the left leg, and lift the right leg up. And it doesn't have to be at hip height. You're just practicing at lifting it up. And you can, I ran out of space. Slowly start lifting the left arm forward. Maybe the right arm comes up. And then reach the left hand down, right arm up. So you're not in a full half moon here, but you're working on the lower back. One more breath. And then as you exhale, settle back into your warrior two. Bring your arms up overhead, warrior one. And then frame your left foot with both hands. Step your right foot to meet left in your forward fold. Find your halfway lift, your fold. And then reach your arms up high to the sky as you inhale. And then bring your hands into prayer as you exhale. Okay. Slowly heel toe your feet about hips distance apart. Maybe turn your toes out. And then I want you to slowly find your yogi squat. So that's coming down slowly with the elbows inside of the knees. But if you have knee issues, I want you to just slowly start bending deeply and then setting palms down. And knowing you can set palms down at any point. So find your deep bend. Drop the hips. Beautiful. And then set your bum down, feet flat, knees up. Okay. You are going to go through a variation of boat, but it's not like the rowing boat or anything crazy. It's going to be a fun boat, I promise. Okay, so place your hands next to your hips. And I want you to, I lied, cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Great. And now I want you to lift your legs. Oh, dark. So yeah, my right ankle's on top of my left ankle. If you want, at any point, you can always lift your arms. If not, have the hands down to the side for a foundation. Okay, so take a nice full inhale. As you exhale, switch the cross. So left ankle on top of right. Inhale, switch the cross. Exhale, switch the cross. Inhale, right on left. Exhale, left on right. Knowing you can lift your arms at any time for a little bit of a challenge. So with your breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And then as you exhale, pause. Take a hold of the feet if you can and sit up nice and tall. If you can't, I want you to place your hands on the ground. And then switch the cross. Take a hold of the feet if you can. If not, place the hands on the ground, sit up nice and tall. And then place your hands on the ground and gently set your feet down. Hug the knees into your chest, sitting up nice and tall. Beautiful. Okay. When you feel ready, I want you to hug the knees into the chest, drop the chin into chest, and then slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. And then shimmy the shoulders around. I want you to have a good foundation. I want you to feel your scapulas onto the mat. Nose is up. Feet is about hips distance apart. And then with your arms to the side, slowly walk your heels close to your hands, your fingers. Beautiful. All right. So you've had a lot of practice pressing the feet into the mat, and I want you to do the same. So when you take your next inhale, I want you to press the feet into the mat. And exhale. Keep pressing the feet into the mat. With the feet still pressed, inhale, lift the hips. Coming into your bridge pose. As you exhale, settle in so you can relax the glutes. All right, so if you feel yourself clenching or tightening the glutes, I want you to lower down and just keep focusing on pressing the feet into the earth. If you've kept the hips lifted, I want you to focus on your belly breath. Keep the feet pressing in. Keep lifting the hips. One more big breath. And then as you exhale, lower down slowly. Walk the feet as wide as the mat and then allow the knees to knock in. And just give yourself a body scan in these next few cycles of breath. You know, be mindful that the shoulders aren't creeping up or rolling in. And even if you want, notice if your hips are, you know, if like one side's taking more of the weight than the other. One more breath, just like this. And then slowly bring your feet about hips distance apart. You're getting another option to do the bridge again, sorry. All right, as you inhale, press the feet into the earth, maybe press the scapulas in, and then exhale. And then lift your hips as you inhale, keeping the glutes relaxed. One more breath. And then exhale, lower. Take the feet wide, knock the knees in. All right, keep the feet wide here. So they're as wide as your mat. The knees are up. I want you to take your full inhale. Exhale, take your arms out to a T. Feel the fingertips reach away from each other as you inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. So the right knee will go over to the right, but the left knee will go more into the midline. All right, and then, so you're at a wide knee twist, supine twist. If you want, you can keep your gaze up, or you can look over your left shoulder towards your left fingertips. Staying here for 5 deep cycles of breath, and I want you to return back to that deep breath cycle where you pause at the top of the inhale, just to acknowledge everything you took in. And then pausing at the bottom of the exhale, honoring the cycle of breath. 4 more breaths, just like that. 3, 2, last breath. And then as you inhale, allow yourself to come back into center. And then use your exhale just to set yourself back up. So feet are wide, hands are down to the side. On your next inhale, you take your left arm out to a T. The right hand can come out, right arm can come out to a T as well, sorry. And then as you exhale, allow the knees now to fall over towards the left side. So the left knee will fall over to the left side, but the right knee will fall more into the midline. And then you choose to look out over the right fingers or not. And then you are dropping back into this 5 deep breath cycle. It's just this beautiful way of honoring all of the work you've done in your practice. Honoring your deep cycle of breath. And just honoring everything about you. Two more breaths. Last breath here. And then as you inhale, bring yourself back into center. As you exhale, settle back in. Bring the knees into the chest, and they can still be wide, or you can bring them together. And then take a hold of the bottoms of the feet for your happy baby. You can find movement in this happy baby, or you can find stillness, knowing there's no right or wrong. Can you take 3 more deep cycles of breath here? And then bring the knees into the chest. Give them a gentle squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side. And then extend one leg long, followed by the other. Reach the arms up overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch here. And then bring your arms down to the side for your Shavasana pose, knowing that I am minding the time for you, and I will call you back. Take a nice full inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Point the fingertips away from each other. Exhale, roll over onto your right side, resting your arm or your head on your right arm. Staying in a fetal position. And then slowly start pushing yourself up, coming into a seated pose. Sitting up nice and tall, resting the palms back onto the legs. Dropping back into your deep breath. Reach the arms up high to the sky as you inhale. Bring your hands together in prayer and down into heart center as you exhale. Reach up, inhale. Heart center as you exhale. Reach up, inhale. Hands come into prayer, but this time take a pause at the third eye as a reminder to have loving and kind thoughts. And then pause at the lips as a reminder to have loving and kind words. And then pause at your heart with a soft bow as a reminder to have loving and kind actions towards yourself and towards others. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in you. Namaste. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.